Do you hear that? That is the sound of an old guard falling. That is the sound of the European hierarchy being ripped apart at the seams. January 28, 2026. A night that didn't just break the table, it broke the soul of football. We didn't just watch matches, we watched a massacre. We saw the kings of Europe, Real Madrid, humbled and dragged into the dirt by 97th minute header from a goalkeeper. We saw Arsenal ascend to the throne of pure perfection while the rest of the continent burned in the fever of red cards and shattered dreams. 36 teams. 36 teams entered the slaughterhouse. Only 8 walked out alive. From the frozen hearts of Norway to the tear-soaked streets of Naples and Amsterdam, the league phase didn't just end with a whistle, it ended with a scream. Giants have been erased, legends have been relegated to playoffs, and the bracket? The bracket is now a map of pure, unadulterated war. Welcome to the end of beginning. The dust has settled, the giants are bleeding, and the road to Budapest is now paved with the bones of those who thought they were safe. Because this isn't just a tournament, this isn't just a game. This is chaos, this is heartbreak, this is Champions League. The atmosphere in Naples was electric for this matchday 8 showdown, where Chelsea finally proved their resurgence. This marked Chelsea's second Champions League outgoing under the leadership of new head coach Liam Rozier. The Blues seized an early advantage in 19th minute when Enzo Fernandez stepped up to bury a clinical penalty. However, Napoli refused to back down, turning the tide of the match before the interval. Through the efforts of Antonio Vergara in 33rd minute and strike from Rasmus Højlund in 43rd minute, Napoli entered the second half with 2-1 lead. While Chelsea had controlled the opening minutes, they went into the break trailing by a goal, seemingly unable to cope with Napoli's relentless pace and lightning-fast transition. But the final act, however, belonged to London side. Utilizing Rozier's brilliant tactical adjustments and masterclass performance from Cole Palmer, Chelsea mounted a heroic late comeback. Thanks to the clinical finishing of João Pedro, Chelsea secured a dramatic victory, successfully securing the top 8. But unfortunately, that loss was a knockout blow for Napoli, officially ending their journey in the Champions League this season. Moving on to the next match, which is PSV versus Bayern Munich. Bayern, who were sitting second on the table, had 18 points and a confirmed spot in top 8. Didn't had much to lose in this game, but for PSV it was a must-win game. PSV only had 8 points, and winning this game would have given them 3 crucial points, which might have helped them to make it to the top 24. And they did start the game brilliantly. PSV looked brilliant in the first half, but Urbik, who was filling in for Manuel Neuer, produced an exceptional performance. He denied the Eredivisie side at several crucial moments, including a massive save against Perisic. Bayern found their rhythm in the second half, breaking the deadlock through a powerful finish from Jamal Musiala, who was making his first start since a serious injury in July's Club World Cup. From that point on, Kompany's man looked in complete control. Although Saibari managed to pull one back for PSV, Harry Kane came off the bench to score Bayern's second goal, sealing all 3 points for Bayern. The next match is Barcelona versus Copenhagen. Hansi Flick's side had to do it the hard way after falling behind to Victor Dadson's shock opener in just 4th minute. The Blaugrana endured a frustrating first half, but they returned from a break with a completely different intensity. 2 goals in just 12 minutes from Robert Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal turned the game on its head. Rafinha then extended the lead from the spot in 69th minute before Marcus Rashford adding a finishing touch with a stunning free kick. It was a dominant second half display that rightfully secured Barcelona's place in top 8. The next match is Athletic Club versus Sporting CP. Athletic seized the initiative early on, taking the lead within the first 3 minutes through a strike from Sankit. Despite the home side's dominance in first half, Diomande managed to equalize against the run of play with a powerful header. Athletic regained the lead before the half-hour mark through Guruzeta, making it 2-1, but their intensity dropped after the break. Sporting CP took full advantage of it. Trincao leveled the scoring with a clinical finish before the dramatic last-minute winner from substitute Alisson Santos, which sealed a 3-2 victory for Sporting CP. This result propelled Sporting to 7th place, while Athletic suffered a devastating exit in 29th. Club Brugge secured a dominant 3-0 victory over Marseille, with Daikon and Vermont scoring early before Stankovic capped a man-of-the-match performance with a late strike. While Brugge's efficiency ensured they got the job done, Marseille were heartbreakingly eliminated from the competition following a late gasp winner by Benfica in their respective fixture. Liverpool played Qarabağ in their last UCL group stage match, where they delivered a one-sided thrashing at Anfield. Dismantling Qarabağ with a clinical 6-0 victory, Alexis McAllister led the charge with a brace, while Florian Wirtz and Mohamed Salah with a stunning free kick further buried the visitors. Hugo Ekitike and late strike from Federico Chiesa rounded out the scoring. The win was a statement of intent, ensuring Liverpool finished third in the league phase and cruised directly into the round of 16. Moving on to the next match, which is Inter Milan versus Borussia Dortmund. After a forgettable first half for both the sides, Federico De Marco broke the deadlock with a stunning 80th minute free kick. Inter secured the 2-0 victory in stoppage time through Andy Diouf. Despite the victory, Christian Chivu's men finished 10th, just missing the top 8, while Dortmund finished 17th, confirming a playoff spot against Atlanta, while Inter will be facing Bodo Glimt in the playoff round. Manchester City hosted Galatasaray for their final UCL group stage match of this season. City secured their place in top 8 with a professional 2-0 victory. Haaland opened the scoring in 10th minute with a clever dinked finish, and Ranchoki doubled the lead before the half-hour mark. Despite losing Jeremy Doku, who assisted both goals, and facing a much improved Galatasaray in second half, Pep Guardiola's side held firm to secure the direct qualification for the round of 16. Moving on to the next game, Newcastle versus PSG. Either of the team would have won this game might have finished into the top 8, and so PSG dominated the early stages. Though Ousmane Dembele saw his penalty saved by Nick Pope before Vitinha finally broke the deadlock, the momentum shifted when Kvicha Kvaratskhelia was forced off with an injury, allowing Newcastle to find an equalizer through Joe Willock just before halftime. Despite generating 25 shots and an XG of 2.58, Luis Enrique's men couldn't find a winner and were forced to settle with a draw, marking another disappointing result following their recent defeat to Sporting. Both the teams shared a point and sat outside the top 8 in 11th and 12th spot respectively. Moving on to the next match, which is Arsenal versus Khairat Almaty. Arsenal finished the league phase with a perfect record after a clinical 3-2 victory over Khairat Almaty. Victor Gyökeres opened the scoring early, and while Jorginho briefly equalized via penalty, goals from Kai Havertz and Gabriel Martinelli restored Arsenal's dominance. Despite a late consolation goal from Ricardinho, Mikel Arteta's men remained in complete control to secure the top spot. While their Premier League form falters, Spurs remain dominant in the Champions League. With just one loss and a perfect home record, they successfully navigated the final week of league phase to move straight into the round of 16. Tottenham delivered a dominant performance to secure the 4th place, keeping their 6th clean sheet of the campaign. Despite an early Xavi Simons goal being disallowed, Spurs eventually broke through after the break when Colomwani scored Spurs' first goal, which was assisted by Christian Romero. Dominic Solanke then sealed the 2-0 victory just minutes after coming off the bench, leaving Frankfurt winless since matchday 1 and finishing 33rd. Then finally, coming on to the shock of the season, Real Madrid versus Benfica. In a historic Mourinho masterclass, Benfica dismantled Real Madrid 4-2 at Stadio da Luz to keep their European season alive. Kylian Mbappe gave Real Madrid an early lead, but Andres Schelderup quickly levelled before Pavlidis converted a penalty to put the hosts ahead at halftime. Schelderup then found the net again early in the second half, putting the Portuguese side in a commanding position. Though Mbappe scored again to provide hope, Madrid's discipline shattered in a chaotic stoppage time period. Raul Asensio was sent off for a reckless challenge, followed shortly by Rodrigo, who received a straight red for dissent. In the legendary finale, Benfica goalkeeper Anatoly Trubin ventured forward for a 98-minute corner and powered home a header with the final kick of the match. This stunning result dropped Real Madrid to 9th place, stripping them of automatic qualification. Meanwhile, Benfica's late goal allowed them to snatch the 24th place and eliminate Marseille. In a dramatic twist, the two sides are now set for an immediate rematch in the knockout playoffs. Then moving on to some other matches, let's start with Ajax vs Olympiacos. Ajax fell 2-1 to Olympiacos, finishing 32nd. Olympiacos secured a playoff spot with the win. Bodo Glimt are having a crazy run in UCL lately. Bodo Glimt earned 7 points from their final 3 fixtures, drawing with Borussia Dortmund, defeating Man City and Atletico Madrid in the final game week of UCL group phase. This surge secured their playoff spot and knocked Atletico out of the top 8. Leverkusen's 3-0 victory placed them 16th, setting up a playoff against Olympiacos. Villarreal finished 35th, winless throughout the campaign. Monaco vs Juventus. A 0-0 draw confirmed playoff spots for both the sides, with Juventus finishing 13th and Monaco 21st. Slavia Praha joined Villarreal and Almaty Kairat as the only winless teams after losing to Pafos. Both Slavia Praha and Pafos finished outside the top 24 and were eliminated. While Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Tottenham, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting and Manchester City finished in the top 8 to confirm a direct qualification to the knockout stages. The teams that finished just below the top 8 in the top 24: Real Madrid, Inter Milan, PSG, Newcastle, Juventus, Atletico de Madrid, Atlanta, Leverkusen, Borussia Dortmund, Olympiacos, Club Brugge, Galatasaray, AS Monaco, Qarabag FK, Bodo Glimt and Benfica will be competing in the playoff rounds to confirm a spot in the knockout stages. The Champions League knockout bracket has taken shape, revealing some mouth-watering matchups as the giants of Europe navigate their way towards the final act, the Puskas Arena. In the first path, we have Borussia Dortmund facing Atlanta, while Bayer Leverkusen meets Olympiacos. The winners of these ties will advance to face either Arsenal or Bayern Munich. In part 2, Bodo Glimt takes on Inter Milan as Real Madrid prepares for another clash with Benfica. The victors from this section will face either Manchester City or Sporting CP. In part 4, we have an all-French matchup. PSG faces Monaco while Newcastle takes on Qarabag FK. These winners will move on to face either Barcelona or Chelsea. And in the final part 4, Galatasaray is set to face Juventus and Atletico Madrid will play Club Brugge. The sides that will advance from these fixtures will meet either Tottenham or Liverpool. What are your opinions on the final game week of UCL this season and the knockout bracket that has come forth? Let me know your opinions in the comments. If you like my efforts, make sure to like the video. If you are new on the channel, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with such entertaining and informative content. Till then, peace.